You probably wonder why I always say that I'm a food addict and that I treat this deadly disease by choosing 3 meals a day from my food plan and writing them down and committing them to another person and then eating them without exception. That's a really hard concept for someone that's not doing what I do to say, why do you keep saying it? Doesn't it make it worse? And I think it's very important that I not forget. I think that's why people lose weight on their diet and then you see them 6 months later and all that weight is back because they forgot. And I have forgotten. I've lost weight. Well, it's not even forgetting. It's just being overcome by an addiction. I've lost weight before and, losing weight is so exciting and I'm really got this thing and it just feels like whatever problem I have with food is so far in the past. It's just can't even remember. and then there comes a time where you do something different than what you've been doing. You eat something different or you eat more of something. It's like, I'll just indulge for a second or two. and then you do it again and just almost either imperceptibly or massively, bam, you're back doing the deal. And I don't mean the good deal. I mean the deal that kills you. So I don't want to forget. And because this food addiction is not just something that your mind tells you don't have. It's something the whole world tells you don't have. And it really takes a willingness to be honest about it. I have no hope. There's no hope for me. Now, that I could control my food with ease. I think what I have is either if I'm not weighing and measuring my food in a fellowship, in a group, and putting my food on the scale, using a food plan, if I'm not doing that, if I don't have my food nailed down, and I've been doing this without exception for about 3.5 years. Although I've been doing it with exception for about 30 years, but thank God I never had to go back to eating sugar. I actually have not had sugar since 1982. Not because I'm strong, because I'm completely weak. Once I put sugar in my body, we're off to the races without looking back. Blinders. So, where was I going with all this? I don't want to forget. And so I mention it. I talk about it. And I take time to look at photos of me back when I was 275 pounds. So, what I was going to say is, if I'm not doing this, then there's 2 things I can be doing each night. I keep thinking of this movie, I Know What You Did Last Summer. And sometimes when I know that someone's in the food, I think a little bit to myself, I know what you did last night. So, because I know, because that's who I am. I'm not a therapist that studied this. I'm not a doctor. All I am is someone that knows this. As clearly as you can know anything, because I've done it. So the 2 choices are either I'm eating, and by that I mean overeating, or I'm trying not to overeat. Those are the 2 choices. Either I'm doing it or I'm trying not to. On a food plan, on a weighed and measured food plan, with committed food put on a scale 3 times a day, no grains, no sugars, I'm not trying. It's so hard to understand, probably. There's no effort, there's no struggle. The foods that I don't eat, the sugars and the grains, I never think about them, ever. I think that's extraordinary. I really do. It is to me. You would think that these juicy foods, the ones that, that the cravings, you would think that they would be at you all the time, trying to like lure you. But once you take the substance out of your body and don't romance it, I don't look at these commercials, I don't look at recipes, I don't salivate over these things. When these things come up in society, on TV, on the internet, I just acknowledge what it is and divert my eyes. When I go to a buffet or a gathering and those things are there, even on the table, to me they're like a rattlesnake or heroin or something else that has nothing to do with me. So that's why I mention all the time that I'm a food addict, and it's a deadly condition. Look around, it's heartbreaking. And I don't ever want to forget, because I don't want to go back there. And my 3 meals are so luscious. In fact, I forgot to mention this. The reason why I made this little video right this minute, because my dinner's cooking. It's 5:22 right now. And I mean, I can eat anytime I want. But I am cooking my dinner and it smells so good. Oh my God. And a big salad. And I'm going to put it in a great big bowl and eat it with chopsticks. Oh my goodness. And I use a cloth napkin. I like salt. Well, thanks for listening. You can tell how much I love my food.